Good morning and happy Friday. How does meditation help our body, our mind, and our spirit? Good morning. My name is Father Frank Buckley. I am delighted to be the host of our morning meditation group. If you are just tuning in now or new to the program is 3 parts. It begins with a little inspiration from something to get us going to prepare for the heart, the meat of the program, which is our 20-minute silent meditation. I will direct that by ringing the bell to get us started and then ringing the bell again to conclude the 20 minutes. And then at the very end, we conclude with a little, in the spirit of St. Ignatius, the founder of the Jesuits, a little Ignatian examen at the very end. So for the inspiration this morning, we had yesterday, we looked at the spiritual dimension. I'm very impressed. I love this book by Dr. Herbert Benson, who was one of the first people to write about meditation and contemplation. He was a medical doctor and wrote the seminal book titled The Relaxation Response. And people all the time are asking me about why is meditation good for us. And originally, my first response is always, when we give this first 20 minutes to God, things kind of start going our way. I mean, you really can't go wrong doing that in my own lived experience. But here's what Dr. Benson says about the latest findings. Now, this was written in 1970s, so these responses have even been added to. In pursuit of a balanced life, my collaborators and I treated thousands of patients and published sources of studies in medical journals. One by one, we have identified medical conditions that can be relieved or altogether eliminated through the use of meditation, remembered wellness, and other self-care approaches such as exercise, stress management, and nutrition. We learned that with self-care, we can effectively treat any disorder to the extent that it is caused by stress or mind-body interaction. Indeed, we can partly relieve or cure most of the common complaints patients bring to their doctor's office simply by applying self-care techniques such as contemplation and meditation. By taking advantage of the cost-free healing resources within all of us, the United States, by conservative estimates, stands to save up to $50 billion in wasted health care expenditures every year. Here is a list of conditions to the extent caused or affected by mind-body connection, such as stress or fight-flight response, can be significantly improved or even cured when techniques are employed. Cardiac arrhythmias, allergic skin reactions, anxiety, mild and moderate depression, asthma, cold sores, cough, constipation, diabetes, mellitus, ulcers, dizziness, fatigue, hypertension, infertility, insomnia, nausea, nervousness, many forms of pain, swelling, arthritis, and many more. Recently, we pursued a greater understanding of mind-body medicine at work by studying other religions and their spiritual practices. We concluded that the practitioners report far more use of spiritual practices and fewer instances of illnesses, and they are most satisfied with their lives. These findings led us to conclude that a combination of routine medical treatment and mind-body approaches could offer profound health benefits. So that's just a little encouragement on the journey that meditation is really a beautiful practice to give to God, but it's also a wonderful self-care practice to give to ourselves to help our health, body, mind, and spirit. So thank you, Dr. Benson. The relaxation response text is an amazing book. He talks about the 4 parts, 4 necessities of a meditation practice. 1 is a calm environment. 2 is a sacred word we repeat 3 or 4 times and then drop down to deep rest. 3 is it just should be effortless, a passive attitude. And 4, a comfortable space. So we can all do that. And of those 4, he says the most important is find a sacred word that has meaning to your heart and that you maintain a passive attitude. So without further ado, let's move into our mindfulness practice. The title of this program is our meditation group, Flourishing During Times of Uncertainty. So one of the ways we flourish is to unplug. I invite you to unplug all your technology. Don't worry even about the timer. I will set my timer for 20 minutes. And at the end of 20 minutes, I will ring the bell to bring us out of it. And we will practice do a little Ignatian examine. So I invite you to gently close your eyes or 3/4 closed. Take the attention to the breath. Start with a few deep breaths, bringing the oxygen all the way into the belly and the brain. Relax the shoulders, and let's begin. Listen, listen. The sound of the bell returns us to our true home. We only have about a minute left, so for this last minute, let's sprinkle a little joy over ourselves, our practice, and our world. Please continue. Wonderful job, everyone. Gently bring the attention back to the room. If your eyes were closed, go ahead, open the eyes. You can circle the wrists one way, then the other. Excellent job. A lot of you have been with us through this whole week. Fantastic. Happy Friday. As we get ready to move into the weekend, let's conclude with just a little examine where we look over our lives most recently, and we just notice where we kind of missed God or found God from a place of gratitude. And I see that Father JT is in the room this morning, and I just got out of a board meeting for Blessed Sacrament School, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the amazing work they are doing. They've done this last year. It's been nothing short of amazing. And one thing I was hoping to do before the year ended was to offer the faculty and admin a little way of bringing this Ignatian Examen for kids into the classroom. And since it's Friday, let's have a little fun. Let's do this five-fingered examen. I absolutely love it. It's become a huge part of my prayer. And we don't get much touch during COVID-19, so let's take our hands to our heart. The first finger is to breathe. So we'll do the 3 times 3 times 3 breath one. So together as a community across the globe, inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Release the hands and just notice what you feel. Third, go to a place of gratitude. What is something that you're grateful for this morning? It could be something as simple as a cup of tea or the fresh air that we breathe. And the fourth finger is to pray, to offer a prayer. And sometimes in theology, I learned many years ago, the best prayer we ask is, God, help me. Let's just pray for something we might need a little help with, or something that we're very grateful that God has given us. And this morning, I would definitely give the shout out to the school at Blessed Sacrament as the year comes to an end. Rachel did a wonderful job as principal. JT, I feel like your finest moment was getting that bell and announcement speaker into the school. And every time I hear the announcements, hear the bells go off, I'm so impressed. JT is like, if you want to run a school, you got to have a bell. And sometimes life is really that simple. We just notice, and then we move. And then the last of the 5 fingers is perfect for a Friday, is we pay it forward. When we just get just a little glimpse of the unconditional way God loves us, our human capacity, it is impossible to contain it. You've simply got to give it away. So get out there, pass that love around, have a great weekend. Thanks for this building up this community. It's been a little bit of a rough week, but you all stuck with me. You've taught me to be flexible, and we've all actually, life's turned out for the better. So God bless you. Have a beautiful weekend.